Good morning, baseball fans. How you doing? We had a no-hitter last night from Wade Miley. Did we have a fight between Francisco Lindor and Jeff McNeil? We're going to talk about Kris Bryant this morning on this very special edition Saturday morning stream. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the intro. And what is going on, baseball fans? Hello, good morning, happy Saturday morning. Man, I never go live on Saturday mornings. This is kind of nice, actually. It was kind of, I got to make the morning coffee. Kind of just got to wake up and just, not have to rush to kind of get the news ready. But there's a few things to talk about from last night, and I figured, hey, why not? Let's go live on a Saturday morning. I got some time, so let's get to it this morning. Seeing a lot of familiar faces, only 21 people in the chat right now. I'm not expecting a lot of people to be here this morning, but hey, whoever doesn't make it, they can catch this stream later on. Alex Conway, Orioles, what's going on? Shupapi Muñano, Edmund, King Yellowman, Odd Villain, Bananas here, Jackson's here. Hello, Colin is here. What is going on? Hello, everyone. Alrighty, so this is not going to be a long stream. Marty Group, what's going on? Hello. Edmund, what's going on? Not a long stream this morning. Just a few things to talk about. A couple of key things from last night. Hey, let me know in the chat. Would you guys want to start doing a Saturday morning stream? I tend to have some time in the mornings on Saturday, so let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments if you would like to start doing a Saturday morning stream. Just let me know what you guys think. But alrighty. So again, I just have a few things to talk about. Not a long stream this morning. But before I get started, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Man, we are trying to get to 7K by the All-Star break. Been a little slow on the channel as of late, but if you can, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that little bell notification for me as well. That is also going to go a long way. I'm noticing there's quite a few of you actually that have the bell notification turned on. If any of you don't have it turned on, please turn that bell notification on. That way, whenever I go live, you'll see the notification and you'll be able to catch the show. Hit that like button for me as well. YouTube likes the like button, so if you can, hit that like button. And go follow me on Twitter if you want to talk some baseball throughout the day. But everyone, so we had some pretty interesting things happen last night. First off, we had the fourth no-hitter in Major League Baseball this year. I'm going to talk about not just that no-hitter, but I'm going to kind of get into whether or not our no-hitters really all that special nowadays. I'm starting to feel like whenever we're already on the fourth no-hitter. To me, I don't know. I just feel like they're starting to kind of lose their luster a little bit. We haven't seen a perfect game since 2012. I'm still waiting for that illustrious perfect game. To me, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys really getting all that excited over no-hitters all that much lately? I mean, they are still very hard to do, but I just feel like you're seeing them a lot more now. So I don't know. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Are they starting to kind of lose their luster a little bit? Let me know. But after that, I'm going to get into pretty interesting thing that happened with the Mets last night. Mets winning extra inning game against the Diamondbacks, but it felt like the key story from that game last night wasn't really the game itself. It was more something that happened in the dugout between Francisco Lindor and Jeff McNeil. We'll get into that. And Kris Bryant, MLB.com, has an article where they listed 13 potential landing spots for a Kris Bryant. If you haven't seen the stream where I kind of ranked, not really ranked, but I kind of put players or trade candidates for this season that are likely to get traded or not likely to get traded. If you missed that stream, head on back to that stream and go check that out as well. I had around 20, I think maybe 21 players that I put on there that I personally think which one of those players have the biggest chance of getting traded and not traded and so on. So go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, you know what? I think the preview's done. So let's just get right to it. First story. Here we go. Wade Miley, like I said, throws the 4th no-hitter of this year. What a great performance. And coming against the Cleveland Indians, second time this year they have been no-hit. That Cleveland Indians offense is not that good. So it's not surprising in a way. With Cleveland this year, they are really relying on that starting pitching and the defense, the offense. Besides Jose Ramirez, maybe a couple other guys, you're not really getting too much out of that Cleveland Indians team. But let's go take a look at the box score from last night. A 3-0 win. Cincinnati, it was actually a scoreless game going into the last inning. Cincinnati scoring 3 runs there in the 9th inning to back up Wade Miley, who had the no-hitter up to that point. Nick Castellanos, he reached on a fielder's choice that was able to score a run. There was also a balk that scored a run, and then Moustakas had a base hit that drove in the 3rd run. So thank God for that, for the Reds offense coming through, because who knows if they weren't able to come through with some offense there, would we be talking about a no-hitter right now? So, but Wade Miley, obviously the star of the show from last night. Again, the 4th no-hitter. It's funny with Wade Miley. Every time Wade Miley used to be on my Red Sox, and I never not liked Wade Miley. It was just kind of one of those things where he was just an innings eater, and that's what I liked about him. He was like a good, maybe 4th, 5th guy in the rotation for the Red Sox back in 2015. That was when the Red Sox kind of had this whole thing where who was the ace that year. They were kind of going with this mantra where, you didn't really need an ace. You didn't need to have a top of the rotation kind of guy. And then the next offseason, they ended up going out and getting a David Price. But, they had guys like, Clay Buchholz. I believe they had Rick Porcello that year. I mean, you had a Wade Miley. The rotation, it was just pretty lackluster, but you had Wade Miley at the back end of it. He had 32 starts for the Red Sox that year. I never not liked Wade Miley. He just wasn't really that kind of a guy, to be like this. I don't know, I can't think of the word right now. Like this, Pedro Martinez kind of a guy where, you get excited to see Wade Miley pitch. But he actually has had some pretty good years in the last couple of years. 2018 with the Brewers, had a lot of success that year. 2019 was really good with the Astros. Last year was Cincinnati, kind of a down year. I mean, whatever, it was the COVID season. But this year, he's actually been really good. 36 innings so far over the 6 starts. He's got a 2.00 ERA. Wade Miley, hey, given some production for the Reds this year so far, and hey, a no-hitter and 8 strikeouts. So what else could you ask for from a Wade Miley? I mean, that's not too shabby if you ask me. But, it's funny with the Indians. This offense is just so bad. I mean, even Jose Ramirez is not really having, the prototypical Jose Ramirez kind of a start so far. I mean, the OPS is still pretty good, but you've seen Jose Ramirez, have a better OPS in the past. The average is a little low at the moment. I mean, Franmil Reyes is doing okay this year, but other than that, I mean, you got Luplo's doing okay this year, a 789 OPS, but besides really those 3 guys, you're getting no offense from anyone. So, hey, pitchers out there, if you see that you're penciled in to start against the Cleveland Indians, there's your chance to go after a no-hitter. Maybe we'll even see a perfect game this year. And if you want one game where if you want to try and throw a perfect game, you try and do it against the Cleveland Indians, because they've already been no-hit twice this year. Almost had a perfect game thrown against them from Carlos Rodon. So, hey, Indians, I don't know. They got to do something with that offense. I'm not really sure what's going on. But, I mean, the Indians are kind of holding their own this year. And they actually had a really good start from Zach Plesac in this game. 8 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. Really good start from him. Emmanuel Clace ended up blowing it in the 9th inning. But, so, yeah, it is what it is. But the Indians, not very good offense. Congratulations to Wade Miley. A very solid start from him. And, yeah, there's not really much else to say on that. But what I kind of want to get into here is, are no-hitters really all that special nowadays? I feel like you just see a good amount of no-hitters now per year. And, I actually decided to kind of go use my basic math skills. And, I actually pulled up some numbers for no-hitters in the last 20 years. It's pretty interesting when you kind of look at the amount of no-hitters that have been thrown in the last 20 years. Let's kind of just go look at this quick little breakdown. From 2000 to 2010, we had 16 no-hitters, but from 2011 to 2021, you have had 36 no-hitters. That is crazy. So from the difference between 2000 to 2010 and then 2011 to 2021, you've had 20 more no-hitters during that time. It's crazy. Pitchers these days, pitchers are just so good these days. I mean, pitching is the name of the game. Back from 2000 to 2010, offense was such a big thing, and now it's all about the pitching. Pitching is just so dominant these days. It's really turned into a pitcher's game. And if we go take a look, actually, let's go take a look at the list of no-hitters. So as of right now, Wade Miley, John Means, Carlos Rodon, Joe Musgrove have the no-hitters for this year. Last year, it was a short season, but you had 2 no-hitters over 60 games last season. Justin Verlander, Aaron Sanchez. This was a combined no-hitter, so I did count the combined ones. So, I don't know if you want to count those or not, but I did. But yeah, 2019, we had 1, 2, 3 no-hitters that year. 2018, we had 1, 2, 3. We had 3 that year. 2017, we only had 1 in 2017. And then 2016, we only had 1 as well from Jake Arrieta. Max Scherzer, Arrieta, I forgot Arrieta had back-to-back years throwing a no-hitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 no-hitters in 2015. So that was a crazy year for no-hitters. 2014, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I forgot. Who remembers Josh Beckett throwing a no-hitter? Completely forgot about that. 2013. Who the heck is Henderson Alvarez? What? Who is that? I am sorry, but I don't know who that is. I'll have to go rewatch that no-hitter. Tim Lincecum, I remember that one, 2013. Homer Bailey had back-to-back years. Man, Homer Bailey. I remember so much hype with Homer Bailey, and now it's just I don't even know, what is he even doing? Felix Hernandez had that perfect game. That's the last perfect game that we've seen. That's crazy. To me, I don't know. I think the no-hitter these days, it's just, I don't know. I feel like you're pretty much going to see at least a few per year now. And again, I'm not taking anything away from a no-hitter. It's just, I just feel like, especially this year, we're seeing so many of them this year. Crazy. I remember Matt Cain had that perfect game back in 2012. He had 2 perfect games in 2012. I know he had 3 perfect games in 2012. That's crazy. Remember Roy Halladay had the postseason no-hitter. That was awesome. That was actually against the Reds. Very interesting. Roy Halladay had that other one back in 2010. Crazy, man. So, I don't know. No-hitters. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Do you think the no-hitter is kind of starting to lose its luster a little bit? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Give me your thoughts on that, because we already have 4 no-hitters this year. Let me know also, give me a prediction. How many no-hitters do you think we're going to finish with this year? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we can maybe even get to, at the pace we're on, we're in May, and we have 4 no-hitters. Could we get to 10 no-hitters this year? Let me know. Give me an over-under. Over-under 5 no-hitters. No, let's go 6. Over-under 6. I think we have a good chance to see one more. Let's go 5. 5. Over-under 5. Let me know. I think there's a good chance we could see one more this year, but do you think we're going to see any more than 5 this year? We're on a heck of a pace right now. Could we see 10? Why not? Give me 10 no-hitters this year. That'd be awesome. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up getting close to 10. Just because the way pitchers are just so dominant these days, I don't know. It's pitching, man. It's just so good these days. But that is enough on the no-hitter. So let's kind of get to some drama from last night besides the no-hitter. We had something very interesting going on in that Mets-Diamondbacks game last night. We had Francisco Lindor, Jeff McNeil. These two, they're the shortstop, second base duo for the Mets this year, and they have had a couple of rough spots, kind of building that chemistry together. It's taking a little more time than people thought. They've had a couple of incidents this year where, just made a little goof here and there, but last night there was one little goof, and then in the very next inning, or in between innings, all of a sudden something just happened in the dugout where the cameras didn't catch it. It was in the tunnel going into the clubhouse, and then I don't know, but you just see all the players just kind of just rushing off towards the tunnel. And after the game, well, let's actually hold on. Let me share the screen here. So let's get to this is what happened. So if I were to share the whole screen here, so this is what happened in this game. So they were warming up in between innings, and all of a sudden, cameras on Conforto, they all just start rushing for the tunnel. Like something's happening in this tunnel. Jonathan Villar running there. And then, I don't know, just very, very interesting. All the players kind of just sitting here wondering what the heck's going on. So, I don't know. It's just very, very interesting. So, I mean, the cameras weren't able to get a good view, but it was also just very interesting as well, because right before this, in the top of the 7th, you had Nick Ahmed up, hit a ground ball, and they had the shift on him. Mcneil kind of came over to his right. Lindor, I mean, to me, Lindor, it was the better play for Lindor. I mean, his momentum was going towards that way. So, but what ended up happening was after Lindor fielded the ball, Mcneil had to take a duck, and so that probably could have messed with the vision of Lindor a little bit. Ended up, a routine play, Ahmed ended up beating it out. So, and this isn't the first time this has happened this year, where the chemistry is just not really all there between them two right now. And, Lindor, he's had his struggles as well. He's not having the best start to his Mets career, but it was just kind of interesting how this happened on the top of the 7th, and then in between innings, something happened in the tunnel. So in the post game, let me actually open up a new tab here. So let me open up the article where they started talking about it. Now, what ended up being the story given in the post game was whether or not was it a fight or was it actually something else? They were saying that it was actually an animal that was in the tunnel, where they couldn't. They were disagreeing on whether or not it was if it was a rat or if it was a raccoon. So if you want to go watch the interview, it's right here, but on this article. But here we go. So Mcneil ended up saying, people can believe whatever they want. We're a tight-knit group. Everybody loves everybody. This is a great group of guys, a great clubhouse. We have a lot of fun, and there's a lot of positivity between this group. So where is the... Oh, here we go. So here was the quote from Lindor. It was funny because I told him, I was like, hey, I've never seen a New York rat, Lindor said, laughing as he recanted the tale. So we went down sprinting, about to go see a New York rat, and Mcneil got mad at me. He was like, no, it's not a rat. It's a raccoon. I'm like, hell no, man. It's a damn rat. It's a New York rat, man. I was just crazy because we were going back and forth debating if it was a rat or a raccoon. Crazy, man. Insane. So, and then Mcneil, like he said, a nice debate about a rat or a raccoon. To be honest, I actually thought it was a possum, not a raccoon, a possum. So, Twitter, the Mets, actually had a poll. So, I don't know. New York, I feel like it's more chance it's going to be a rat. So let's actually go. What were the results on the poll? So over 21,000 people voted, and 61% think it's a rat. But could this have actually been a... boss your ruler, man. Good comment. Good comment. There was another... There was another guy, another politician in New York, where a lot of people don't like him very much either. I forget his name. Anyway, I digress. But a lot of people think this was actually probably a fight. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a fight. I mean, maybe something happened between them two. Maybe like a shoving match started happening. Well, I don't know. If you kind of take a look. If you take a look here, you had a lot of players kind of just standing, right? They were kind of just standing and watching. For like Pete Alonso, I don't know. Some guys were kind of hanging back, but then some guys were they ran down the tunnel. Like Dominic Smith, Conforto, they ran down the tunnel. Villar ran down the tunnel. So, I don't know. But then you had some other guys kind of hanging back over here. So maybe they probably had it under control at that point. Whether it was an animal, whether if it was a fight. I don't know. I think it's very possible it could have been a fight. I mean, like I said, they have not really had the best chemistry in the middle of the infield there. I don't know. And maybe public relations for the Mets, they said, hey, you know what? This is the story that we're going to do. You're going to say, hey, you guys were arguing whether or not if it was a rat or a raccoon. I mean, come on. Like, I mean, come on. It's pretty obvious. A rat and a raccoon, they look very different. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the smartest man out there, but I would imagine you'd probably be able to notice the difference between a rat and a raccoon. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if this actually was a fight. I don't know. Maybe they got into a shoving match. Maybe they got into a bit of a disagreement. Maybe Lindor said something to Mcneil, and Mcneil fired back at him. And maybe just they started shoving each other. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I think it's possible because Francisco Lindor, you got to think he's frustrated. Jeff McNeil, he's probably frustrated. There's probably this whole Mets team. I mean, they have not gotten off to the start that they wanted to get to, the start that they wanted this year. This is a good Mets team, and they're just not getting it really done this year. I know it's early, but I would not be surprised if some tensions kind of boiled over a little bit. So, I don't know. I'm seeing some people in here saying probably a fight. Odd Villain, I'm seeing they were fighting. Boss Your Ruler said probably was a fight. McNeil definitely started it. He's a hothead. Yeah, McNeil can definitely, I've read that before. Josh, he says there's no question this is a fight. If you look at McNeil's at bat in the ninth, he ran into the tunnel after he got out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, we'll just never know. I mean, unfortunately, there just wasn't any kind of a camera that could see down the tunnel. I don't know. At this point, I just feel like, these guys, they want to win. Lindor, not having a good start to the year. McNeil, wants to win. These guys want to win. I wouldn't be surprised at all if some tensions boiled over between these two, got into a bit of a shoving match, and that's what the Mets PR department told them to do. Hey, guys, say you were arguing over whether if there was a rat or a raccoon. I mean, I don't know. To me, I think you can know the difference between those two. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Yes, I agree. A chair is here. What is going on? He says we need a tunnel camera. Let's just get a tunnel camera. Let's do it. But I don't know. I think my personal thing, I think it was a fight. That's just my thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think it was a rat or a raccoon? Or let me know if it was or if you think it was a fight. So, moving on. One more story I want to cover before I get out of here for the rest of the day. So, right now, we are in May. We're not really close to the trade deadline at all, but you're starting to maybe hear some rumblings. This is kind of when you start to maybe hear about some players that could be on the move. You've kind of seen how teams have gotten off, what starts they've gotten off to, and one guy in particular, this guy's name has been in the news since this past offseason. I mean, I feel like for the last couple of years, Kris Bryant. So MLB.com, they have an article. They have an article here on potential landing spots for Kris Bryant. They have listed 13 different teams that could possibly make a trade for a Kris Bryant. So let's go take a look at this article together. I mean, 13 teams. I don't know. I mean, ask Anthony Castrovince. There's some teams on this list where I'm like, huh? What are you talking about here? So 13 potential landing spots. We're going to go through these in order. Kris Bryant, before I get to the teams here, very good start to the year so far. He's hitting 306. Sorry. I mean, he's having a very good year. Let's actually, I want to pull up the numbers on Kris Bryant. Kris Bryant stats. Here we go. Baseball reference. So he's got 9 home runs so far this year, hitting .306. He's driven in 22, got an OPS above 1,000, 658 slugging, 190 OPS plus. The guy's having a solid start to the year, and that's what I was kind of thinking Kris Bryant was going to get himself back on track this year. Odd villain. I mean, I wish unfortunately I cannot say that is the reason. I don't know why the allergies lately have just been, I don't know what it is. I keep getting this dumb little cough that just won't go away, and it's driving me nuts. Allergies around this time of the year, every time spring hits, I just die. Allergies just kill me, man. So I can definitely say it is not that. It is not that, my friend. But Kris Bryant, very good start to the year so far. I kind of figured he was going to have a bounce-back year. Kris Bryant's a very talented player. He's just had some injuries in the last couple of years that have held him back. But yeah, and it made sense to me that the Cubs would maybe wait to see if Kris Bryant could have a bit of a resurgence this year. I didn't think he was going to get traded this past offseason just because there wasn't a lot of value with him. I mean, he hadn't put up good numbers really in fact, 2020, he put up terrible numbers. He was hurt. And then 2019, while some of his numbers were pretty good, the advanced numbers weren't all that great. So some people are getting a little worried about him a little bit. But this year, he's looking really good. The advanced numbers are looking really good. So let's take a look at some of these teams. So he has unlikely but intriguing to start off. So the Dodgers are a very interesting possibility. Hey, no Cody Bellinger. The Dodgers are really struggling lately. And, I mean, while they do have Justin Turner, I mean, I don't know. Could they maybe shake some things up a little bit? I have to wait and see. I would probably say no. If they wanted Kris Bryant, they probably could have done it in the offseason before bringing back Justin Turner. I think with Turner in the fold, probably not going to happen. But yeah, it says here they're probably going to target some bullpen help, maybe even go after some starting pitching. Wouldn't be surprised about that. Cleveland, I mean, come on. Why are you even putting Cleveland on this list? That's ridiculous. The Yankees, what is going on with my computer right now? What is going on? Why? I don't want all this highlighted. There we go. The Yankees, no, I don't see it. Nah. I mean, Gio Urshela, I don't think so. I mean, you could put Kris Bryant in left field. But, I mean, Clint Frazier, I think they're going to keep relying on Clint Frazier, Brett Gardner. It's early. I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, could they? Sure. The Mariners. I mean, you know, in one video that I've made before with the Mariners on how to fix the Mariners, I do have the Mariners signing Kris Bryant as a long-term deal. That could really help the Mariners get back into relevancy. They're having a pretty decent start this year, and like it says here, they are outperforming expectations. I like the Mariners this year. I think they have a great future. You know, I just I don't know. Are the Mariners quite there? I'm not really sure. Could they go after him? I mean, why not? I mean, they could. Absolutely, they could. I mean, you got Kyle Seager at third, so could you maybe stick him in left? Maybe even at first? I don't know, but they got Evan White there, so I don't know. Royals could be a fun one. Could you go after him? I mean, that would be very interesting. Got Hunter Dozier. He's off to a slow start. Jorge Soler, he's not really getting it done too much. I think the Royals would be a really fun team to go after Kris Bryant. If they're still in it, why not? Get Kris Bryant into Kansas City. That would be awesome. Go for it. I would love that. They got some prospects. I think they could do it. So, okay, now he has some teams that maybe have a little bit more of a chance. Blue Jays, they have Kevin Biggio. I don't know. I don't know if there's really going to be too much of a fit. I don't know. So, I mean, could they go after him? Sure. I mean, they've had some injuries. George Springer. I mean, could they maybe go after a Kris Bryant? You know, maybe try and help replace that bat a little bit. I mean, hey, the Mets offense has kind of struggled this year. Francisco Lindor hasn't gotten off to the start that he wanted. Did hit the home run. I forgot to mention that in that game last night. Francisco Lindor hitting the game-tying home run. First home run at Citi Field. So Francisco Lindor, I think he's going to get going eventually. But do the Mets really have the prospects to get this done? I mean, they have J.D. Davis performing well offensively, but defensively, he's not all that great. I don't know. I mean, definitely they could. And maybe they think there's a trade that they could put together. The Giants, they have some really good starting pitching. They could use some more offense. You have Evan Longoria there already, and they have Alex Dickerson out in left, but he is struggling a little bit this year, has a couple of problems with the shoulder. I mean, I think the Giants could be a fun fit. Hey, the Braves. So, there were a lot of rumors of the Braves going after Kris Bryant. They did end up bringing back Marcell Ozuna. You have Austin Riley. Could you maybe do some kind of a trade there? Maybe Austin Riley could go back to the Cubs. I don't know. We're not really sure what kind of a trade you could put together there. The Braves could be fun. I think the Braves need some more pitching. I think that's what the Braves need. I'm not worried about that offense. The Nationals, I don't know. I don't know about this Nationals team. I mean, I definitely was a possibility. I mean, I think if they're still around, I mean, Carter Kieboom, he hasn't really gotten it together. I still think there's a lot of potential in a Carter Kieboom. He had just such good numbers in the minor leagues. I think just give him some more time. But where are the Nationals even going to be at the trade deadline? The Phillies could be really interesting. But Alec Boehm, I mean, that's the future at third. I don't know. Do you really want to, I mean, do the Phillies really want to give up on some prospects? My Red Sox made this list. With Alex Cora back at the helm, Boston has reasserted itself in the AL East standing. Red Sox, first to 20 wins in the major leagues. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Give me a Red Sox playoff appearance this year. I'm all about it. I thought the Red Sox are going to be good this year. I wasn't sure how good they were going to be, but hey, the fact that the Red Sox made this list, hey, just says the kind of start that they've gotten off to. But I don't know. I mean, Bobby Dahlback, he's starting to come around a little bit. So I think they're gonna stick with him at first. He could end up getting sent down. The OPS is really low. He did hit a home run last night. Franchy Cordero has not really been the option in left. I mean, there have been some conversations between the Red Sox and the Cubs, supposedly. In recent times, there was a rumor that the Red Sox called the Cubs about Kris Bryant. I mean, hey, if they're both doing good, I mean, look at this sentence right here. Just imagine adding both Bryant and a healthy Chris Sale this summer. I mean, come on. I'll be honest. I would not hate adding Kris Bryant. I mean, why would you hate that? I mean, the guy's been. There's no reason to hate adding those kind of numbers, but I think if the right deal is there, I'd be all about it. Go for it. If you're in it for a wild card and you're not having to give up too much. I mean, the Red Sox, we're trying to rebuild the farm a little bit more. We're trying to add some prospects. We're trying to add some talent to that minor league system. But if you can get a deal where you're not having to give up too much of that some minor league talent, hey, go for it. Why not? That offense is already pretty good anyway. The White Sox could be an interesting one. They lost Eloy Jimenez basically for the year. Luis Robert's going to be out for a while. I mean, Yermin Mercedes had an amazing April, but is he going to be able to keep it up for the rest of the season? We'll have to see. He's looking really good. But, I mean, there's a possibility where maybe you could have him play in the outfield, go to the other side of Chicago. I think that could be pretty interesting. But yeah, they have the White Sox listed as the best fit. So, hey, we'll have to see where Kris Bryant is going to end up going. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Where do you think I think Kris Bryant's going to end up getting traded. I don't think the Cubs are there. I don't think they're talented enough to really do anything this year. You might as well get rid of a Kris Bryant, get some prospects back for him. I think the Cubs, they need to kind of start looking towards the future a little bit. You kind of look, a couple of years down the road. I don't know. Or do you think maybe the Cubs should re-sign him long-term? Let me know what you guys think. But I think it's going to be very interesting. Mets Talk with Hayden. What's going on, my friend? But everyone, that's all for this morning. That's all for today. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to kind of go get some stuff done on this, what's looking like a very nice Saturday afternoon. So, everyone, I hope you have yourself a good Saturday. Hope you have yourself a good Sunday. Tomorrow night, I will be back for Power Rankings. I think that's the 4th edition of Power Rankings tomorrow night. So I hope to see you all there tomorrow night. Everyone, have yourself a good rest of the weekend. And before I get out of here, again, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell for me, everyone. I always forget about that bell thing, but if you can, hit that so you can be notified of all future videos and live streams. Hit that like button for me before we get out of here. Please, that would help a lot. Go follow me on Twitter if you want to talk some baseball throughout the day. Everyone, again, have yourself a good rest of the weekend. Have a good day today. Have a good Sunday tomorrow. And enjoy some baseball today. And whatever else you're doing today. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And, as always, I will talk to you next time.